Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the 1979 Met replay, and we are in St. Louis, Missouri. So we really shouldn't be hearing our Mets song. Um, but let's get started right away. It's going to be Pat Zachary. Pat Zachary was 5-1 with a 3.59 ERA and 7 starts. This happens to be one of the games he does starts against Pete Vukovich, who was 15-10 with a 3.59 ERA. And let's get on with the lineups for the Mets, who are leading off, starting it off. It's going to be Youngblood batting first and right. Frank Taveras at short, batting second. Mazzilli batting third and center. Richie Hebner at third base. Batting cleanup, Willie Montanez. Batting fifth at first base, John Stearns. The catcher batting sixth, Steve Henderson. In left field, batting seventh, Doug Flynn. Batting eighth at second base. And Pat Zachary, the pitcher. Excuse me. Early in the morning for work. Now the defense is going to be Lou Brock in left, Tony Scott in center, George Hendrick in right. At third is Kenny Reitz. Gary Templeton at short, Ken Oberkfell at second, and Keith Hernandez at first. Behind the plate is Ted Simmons, and the pitcher is Pete Vukovich. Now the offense for the Cardinals is Templeton at short, leading it off, Lou Brock in left field, batting second. Keith Hernandez in the 3-hole. At first base, Ted Simmons, cleanup, catcher. George Hendrick batting fifth in right field. Tony Scott, center fielder, batting sixth. Ken Reitz batting seventh at third base. Ken Oberkfell, the eighth place batter at second base. And Pete Vukovich batting ninth. Here's the first pitch from Vukovich. Joel Youngblood steps in the box. He's leading it off for the Mets. It's going to be a tough 86, and that's going to be a grounded to short. Templeton fires to first, one down. Next is Frank Taveras batting second. Let's get his card up here. It's going to be Mazzilli. Let's get Mazzilli. Mazzilli sat out last game, and Montanez is back as well. So we got to get both Mazzilli and Montanez into this deck. And it's going to be Mazzilli and Montanez, and then Hebner, I believe. It's Hebner, then Montanez. There we go. Here's a pitch to Frankie Taveras. There's one out in the inning. That's the ballpark 36. So he's a righty. It's going to be 1-49. So that's going to go in the wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 74, that's out of range. We have fly ball center field, right center. Tony Scott puts it away, 2 down. And now is Lee Mazzilli batting lefty. He's a switch hitter. That's defense 96. The defense 96 is going to be out no matter what. It's too high. It's going to be grounded to second. Oberkfell 4-3 put out. Versailles retired. Well, we played half an inning. And it's going to be Pat Zachary on the mound for the Mets, and Gary Templeton, switch hitter, steps in the box. Let's see, I got to write that in, that he's a switch hitter, so he gets morning there, my friend. You're crazy if you're up at this time. I think you're in Britain. All right, so that's 8, that's patient 71 against a righty, that's out range. It's a grounder to second. Doug Flynn to Montanez, out number 1. Lou Brock now, the Lou Brock, 40 years old by this point. Still batted .340 versus righties. And that's a 5. That's a tough 0-3. That's going to be a strikeout. So Brock goes after the high heat. 2 away, and it's Keith Hernandez, one of my favorite players. He was co-MVP in 79. And that's going to be in place 78. It's going to be out range. It's going to be a fly to center. Lee Mazzilli is there to retire the side. So we've played 1. No score in St. Louis. We were in Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium is welcoming to left-handers. 1-63 for the wheelhouse. And not too bad against righties. It's 1-49 against righties. We have Richie Hebner against Pete Vukovich. And that's patient 16. That's a base on ball. So Mets have their first base runner of the game, Willie Montanez. That's defense 57. Defense 57. And that's E5. So we're going to take a look at Kenny Reitz. Kenny Reitz is a 4 error. And that's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out it is. It's a pop-up. And Kenny Reitz, and foul ground, puts it away. 1 out. No score here in the top of the second. And that's going to be in play 24. In play 24. It's going to be a base hit single. Grounder up the middle. Runner advances 2 bases. So first and third for the Mets. The Mets have something brewing. And it's Stevie Henderson. Steve Henderson batted .260 versus righties. And that's 6 in play 78. In play 78 takes us to the out range. That's going to be a fly ball to center. Not deep enough to get anybody home. And now it's Doug Flynn. The pitch to Flynn, that's 8 tough 25. A tough 25 is a strikeout. Flynn down on strikes. That retires the side. Mets leave 2, score none. Go to the bottom of the second at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, 1979. Game number 43. And that's a 10. That's in play 11. In play 11 is going to be a base hit single for Ted Simmons. Ted Simmons, not a threat to steal, had no stolen bases. George Hendrick, and that's 5. Tough, 98, way in the out range. That's a fly lifted to left field. 1 down. Simmons back to first. Tony Scott, patient 73, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. Mazzilli coming in, makes the catch, 2 down. And Kenny Reitz in play 94. It's a fly to left. Steve Henderson, that retires the side. Playing payoff pitch, one of my favorite games. I don't know if you've been watching this game and you haven't gotten hooked, or if you've been watching my games using payoff pitch and you haven't gotten hooked. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's a whole lot of fun, plays real quick, and it's got lots of nuance to it. Lots of different results. All right. Ballparks are unique. That's going to be ballpark 62 righty, goes up to 49, so it's going to be in play for the pitcher, and that's going to be 36 in play 36 on a 5 pitcher hitting card. Ooh, it just misses a hit by pitch there, and it's going to be outrange. 36 is going to be popped up to the right side. That's Ken Oberfeld calling for it. Makes the catch, 1 away. Now it's Joel Youngblood. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out. That's 9 in play 24. It's going to be grounder up the middle and through for a base hit in center field. So Youngblood's a threat to steal. Let's see if he goes. He needs a 4 or less. We roll a 5, so he does not go. And here's Frankie Taveras. That's in play 63. That may be trouble, maybe a double play. It's going to be a 4, 6, 3 double play, and the Cards are out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Pat Zachary. He was acquired in the Tom Seaver trade along with Doug Flynn. Here's Ken Oberkfeld. He bats from the left side. He batted .305 against righties. That's an 8 patient 31. A patient 31 is a base on ball, so Oberkfeld is on with a walk. Not a threat to steal, but he's a 3, but we'll try it anyway. No, doesn't happen. Pete Vukovich now. Vukovich is a 7. So we got to get pitcher hitting card number 7. And you know what? We're going to bunt with Vukovic. Vukovic is a C bunter, and it's successful. Back to the pitcher. Pitcher fields his position over to second. Well, actually over to first, but Flynn is covering first. So it's a sacrifice. It's a successful sacrifice. And that moves Obergefell over to second, and now it's Gary Templeton. Here's the pitch to Templeton, and that's a 9 in play, 86 out range. That's rounded short. Tavares fires to first for out number 2, and Obergefell had to hold tight on that, couldn't advance. Now with 2 out, it's Lou Brock, and that's in play. This is Cox, so we're going to re-roll that, and it's an in play 0-9. I think that's going to be the first hit of the game, or the first run of the game. A 0-9 is going to be a single. Ken Obergefell, let's see what kind of runner he is. He is a 5, so he may not score. They may hold him up. Let's see what runner on second scores. Ground ball up the middle. Obergefell scores 1-0 Cards. And Lou Brock at first base. He's a potential threat to steal. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what we roll. That's a 6. He needs a 5, so he does not run. And it's Keith Hernandez with 2 outs. Brock is at first. That's a patient 94. That's going to be out range. That's going to be fly ball to right, deep right field. Youngblood back, makes the catch. That retires to the side, but not before the Cards strike first, and they lead at 1-0. We go to the top of the 4th. Game is moving along, moving and grooving. Hey, Mazzilli, the batter. He's 0 for 1. Pete Vukovic, the pitch. That's in play 86. That's out range. Grounded is short. Gary Templeton fires the first, gets him by a step. Mazzilli hustling down that line. Richie Hebner steps in the box from the left side. He walked in his first at bat. That's in play 24, and that's going to be a base hit. Hebner's on with a single. It's good to see him back in the lineup. He missed a day. Missed the last game against the Pirates. Willie Montanez now. And that's ballpark 23. That's going to be Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse against a righty. 1-11. That's out of here. Oh, 87. That's way out of range. 87. We're looking at a ground ball second base. This may turn into a double play. It's a 5. And it's a 4-6-3 double play. Again, that's the second double play that the Cards turn to end the inning on the Mets. So the defense is doing it for the Cardinals. And it's Pat Zachary on the mound. Ted Simmons steps in on the left side. Switch hitter. Defense 63. Let's take a look at what that says. Range third base. Third baseman for the Mets is Hebner. Range is a D range. So it goes up 1 to 60. We rolled a 63, so that's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out that is. The third baseman's popped up. Hebner calling for it. Makes the grab. 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 4th. That's in play 0-3. Let's see, in play 0-3 is going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into left field. Henderson, after it, around first goes Hendrick to throw to second, and he's safe under the tag with a 1-out double for George Hendrick. I'm going to double check that. So 9 is in play 0-3. Yeah, it's a double. I double check those just to make sure. And runner in scoring position with 1 out is Tony Scott. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. So the Cardinal lineup is loaded with switch hitters. Patient 91. That's out range. Rick grounded is short. And Tavares looks Hendrick back to second. Fires to first. Gets Scott. And with 2 outs now, it's Kenny Reitz. Right-handed batter, 11. Defense 59. Let's see what that's going to become. It's an error second base. See what Flynn looks like at second. His error rating is a 4 at second base. And a 4 isn't, well, that's going to be an out. Doug Flynn gets to the ball and throws out Reitz. 4-3. That retires the side. We play these early morning games without before we're going to work. Looking forward to retirement, that's for sure. And Johnny Stearns at the plate against Pete Vukovich. And that's a 10. That's patient 71. That's going to be a grounded to second. Obergefell 4-3 put out. One down. Stevie Henderson, who's 0 for 1, he's flied out. And that's patient 96. So he fly to left. Lou Brock to his left. Makes the catch. 2 down. Doug Flynn, he's 0 for 1. He struck out. And that's going to be in play 39. In play 39 is an outrange. Grounded first. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's Ken Obergefell. He's walked. 6 patient 79, 39. Patient 39 is going to be a base on balls. So Obergefell on at first. We're going to get the pitcher to bunt. Vukovich is a C. It's a sacrifice hit back to the pitcher. 1-4. And Obergefell moves to second. So there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out. It's Gary Templeton. Deja vu all over again. And it's a 3 wheelhouse, 62. Batting lefty. So it's going to be in the wheelhouse. And it's 1 to 44 is going to be a base hit. 1 to 44 is going to be a base hit here. And it's a 49. So it's right outside the hit range. It's going to be grounded at first. And that Obergefell's hit too hard for Obergefell to move over, so he's going to stay put at second. And so it's going to be grounder to first. And Obergefell stays put. 2 outs now, and it's Lou Brock. Right around second base. Obergefell takes his lead off second. It's tough, 16, that's a strikeout. Lou Brock goes after the curve. That retires the side, we go to the top of the 6th. So 1-0 ball game. Each team having 3 hits. Pat Zachary up. It's a 5-8, tough 71. That's going to be a strikeout, so Zachary down on strikes. Joel Youngblood, who's 1 for 2, he's grounded out and singled. Patient 44. It's going to be a base hit single for Youngblood, and he's a threat to steal. See if he goes. He needs a 4 to go, and it's a 5, so he does not. And here's Frankie Taveras. That's an 8. Tough 63. Tough 63 is going to be outrange. It's going to be a ground ball, second base. An 8 and an 8. It's going to be 4-6-3 double play. Third double play turned by the Cards to end an inning. So this game is really moving just because of all these double plays that are ending the innings. I'm going to have to drink a little water. 5 a.m. game. All right. Keith Hernandez, Pat Zachary, pitch. And it's swung on and put in play, 48. And that's going to be popped up. Shortstop, left side. Screams ball and makes the catch. Ted Simmons. And tough 29. This will be a base hit for Simmons. This is his second hit. He's 2 for 3 now. Tough 29 does it. And it's George Hendrick. Now Hendrick is 1 for 2. He's flat out and doubled. That's 7 in play 40. In play 40 is going to be outrange. He popped up to right side. Doug Flynn. Oh. Do that again. Popped up 4. Held up. Tony Scott with 2 outs. Ted Simmons on at first. It's patient 35. And that's going to be a sharp liner into center field. Runner advances 1 base. Ted Simmons, what kind of runner is he? See if he's a good base runner or not. Nope. So he's going to stop at second. So first and second. And it's Ken Reitz. Now Ken Reitz is 0 for 2. He's flat out and grounded out. So Zachary needs to get Reitz here. And that's going to be wheelhouse. Oh, 0-0. So that's going to be interesting. All right. I need a little space, and I don't have it. All right. Let's see. Let's see what this becomes. Try to play this quickly. All right. And it's 0-0, so it's a rare play, and we're going to look at the runner on first base. 7 reroll 2d10. Okay. 36 reroll 2d10. And check ballpark 36. Result is wheelhouse. Reroll the dice and batter's wheel section. Wow. Okay. So he's going to get a second wheelhouse section opportunity. All right, so 36. It is in the wheelhouse because it's 1 to 49. So we're going to roll. For 1 to 36, it's going to be a hit. And we rolled a 0. Oh my goodness gracious, another rare play. What? This is crazy. Same thing again. Deja vu all over again. This is a 6 this time. C, D, or F catcher range, unable to block pass ball. Runners advance. Let's see what Stearns is behind the plate. He is a B range, so he actually blocks the ball. Nothing happens. Okay, let's do it again. And that's a 4. It's tough. A tough 27 is a strikeout. Reads down on strikes. Wow, that was a long at bat. Okay, that retires the side, and the Mets are coming up to bat here at the top of the 7th. We don't have our audience today in the background. Didn't bother to do that. So it's eerily quiet and silent. It's like on a golf course. All right, 6. Not that I play golf. 6. 63. And in play 63, that's going to be out range. It's going to be a fly to right. Hendrick. And Richie Hebner. Richie Hebner's 1 for 1, a walk and a single. And that's in play 97. That's going to be out range. Fly ball, right field. 2 away. And Willie Montanez, he's 0 for 2, flied out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Vukovic. That's a patient 43, and that's going to be a base hit for Montanez. Montanez is on with a 2-out knock. He stands at first base, not a threat to steal. And it's Johnny Stearns, right-handed hitting catcher, sometimes first baseman. And that's 5. Ballpark 80 blank because it's cocked. 87 ballpark. 87 is going to go into the in-play range. And that's going to be a 40, 45. In-play 45 is an out. And that's popped up short. Go to the bottom of the 7th. Both starters are still in there. It's a 1-0 game. Ken Obergefell, there is action in the Met bullpen. 5, tough 44. A tough 44 is going to be outside of hit range. And it's going to be popped up left side. Taveras there makes the catch. 1 down. Pete Vukovic, he's a 7. And that's defense 81. That's going to be an out no matter what. 81. It's a range. And it's going to be popped up to third baseman, Richie Hebner. He makes the catch. That's 2 down, and with 2 out, it's Gary Templeton here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 1-0 to score. St. Louis Cardinals. And that's a 7, which is in play 57. It's going to be an out. Grounded to third. Richie Hebner up with it. Fires to first. Gets Templeton by half a step. We go to top of the 8th. It's a 1-0 game with the Cardinals on top. Both pitchers are dueling it out here. And Stevie Henderson, that's going to be a 9. A 9 of 41. The in-play 41, that's going to be a grounder right back to Vukovic. Feels his position. 1 down. Doug Flynn. And that's an 11. That's defense. A defense 14. And we're looking at error third base. Let's look at Reitz. Reitz is a 4 error. So a 4 error is a 19. We rolled a 14, so it's going to be an E. Let's see what kind of E it is. It's going to be a 1 base error. So Reitz boots it. And Flynn, the tying run, is on at first. There's 1 out. So we're going to bring in a pinch hitter. It's going to be Ed Kranepool. So Ed Kranepool, the batter. Here's the pitch from Vukovic. And that's a 6. That's in play 22. And in play 22 will be a single. It's a line drive to center. Runners advances 1 base. So first and second now. Kranepool comes through with a hit. And it's going to be Joe Youngblood, the batter. And that's 10:43. That's patient. Patient 43 is going to be a base hit. And sharp liner drops in front of left fielder. Runner advances to first base, and then there's a question mark. And I know that Kranepool doesn't run very well, so he's going to stop at third. He's a 7. He's a 7, and Brock is a 7. So we roll 7 or less, and he scores. We're going to try to score. So Kranepool is going to be waved around, and that's a 4, and he's safe. So was that Kranepool or was that Flynn? Actually, it was Flynn. You're right. It's Flynn. It's asking me about Flynn, so it was Flynn, and Flynn's a 7. So the game is tied. So Joel Youngblood ties the game with a single. And we're going to roll to see if Kranepool moves up on the throw home. And odd he does, and he does. So he moves up, and let's see if Flynn takes second. Odd, he takes second. No, he does not. All right. So it's going to be first and third. First and third, 1 out. And it's a tie ball game. Frankie Taveras. Here's a pitch to Frank Taveras. That's a 5. Ballpark 33. That's going to put into the wheelhouse. And wheelhouse 27 is going to be a base hit single. Mets lead it. Single runner advances 1 base. So first and second. That's an RBI. Kranepool into score. RBI single for Taveras. And the Mets are up. Lee Mazzilli, switch hitter. He bats 306 from the left side and 302 from the right side. We're going to Vukovic go 1 more batter. First and second, that's going to be a 5. That's ballpark 42. And he's batting lefty. 42 is going to be wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 1 to 50 is a hit. And that's a 33. It's going to be a base hit single. Ball blooped into right field. Runner on second scores. Runners advance 1 base. That's going to be it for Vukovic. That's 3-1 Mets now. 3-1 Mets here in the top of the 8th. And we're going to get Mark Littell. I think that's their closer. I'm going to bring in Silvio Martinez, Thomas Frazier. They got a lot of lefties. And Richie Hebner's a lefty, so that works out perfectly. Okay. So Darryl Knowles going to come in. Here's the pitch from Knowles to Hebner. It's first and second. And that's Snake Eyes wheelhouse, 74 versus a lefty. This will be a fly ball, center field. Nobody's going to move up on that. And there's 2 outs now, and it's Willie Montanez. Here's the pitch from Darryl Knowles. Darryl Knowles was 2-5 with a 4.07 ERA. That's tough. 41. Tough 41. It's going to be a base hit. Oh, no, against lefties, it's going to be a double, actually. It's a drive down the line into right field. Runners advance 2 bases. So Taveras is going to score. Lee Mazzilli actually is going to score because there's 2 outs and he's a 6 or more. So it's a 2-run double for Willie Montanez. And the Mets are now up by a score of 5-1. And it's John Stearns against Darryl Knowles. Pitch from Knowles, 5 tough 42. Tough 42. It's going to be grounder up the middle and through the base for a base hit. And they're waving Montanez home, and that's the 6th run for the Mets. They've scored 6 in this inning. RBI single for Stearns. And the Mets have batted around. Steve Henderson here with 2 outs. And that's a 7 in play 0-3. In play 0-3 against the lefty is going to be a double. That's going to be line shot, splits the gap in center field. Runners advance 2 bases. Stearns is going to score with 2 outs. Waving Stearns home. And he'll score easily. RBI double for Henderson. And now it's Doug Flynn. And we're going to see another pitcher here. Got a lot of guys to choose from. Just don't see 2. Tom Bruno was in 27 games. Roy Thomas was in 26 games. George Frazier was in 25 games. So we're going to bring in Frazier. This has turned into a pretty decent game for the Mets, at least. Had a big comeback. So George Frazier is going to face Doug Flynn here in the top of the 8th inning. It's 6-1 Mets. There's a pitch to Flynn with Henderson at second. That's an 8 tough 57. A tough 57. It's going to be an out. It's going to be a fly to right. And that retires the side. Pat Zachary's still on the mound for the Mets. He had 1 complete game and 7 starts. This may end up being it. So here in the bottom of the 8th, it's Lou Brock. Steps in the box. That's a 7 in play 20. That's going to be a base hit for Brock. Brock's on with a single. He's 2 for 4 now. Not going to be running in this situation down by 6 runs, excuse me. Keith Hernandez, that's in play 63, in play 63. Going to be a fly ball to left. So Hernandez goes the other way, but shoots it right to Henderson. Simmons, that's a wheelhouse, 74. That's going to be a fly to center. And that's 2 down. And it's George Hendrick now. Pitch to Hendrick. That's in play 24. In play 24 is going to be a single base hit. Line drive into center field. Lou Brock's going to advance to third, first and third. And it's Tony Scott. There's actually the Mets bullpen. And that's 6 patient, 74, patient 74. It's a fly ball center field. Lee Mazzilli pounds the glove, makes the catch, side retired. Go to the top of the 9th inning. Oh, wait a second. That was not okay, we got to replay that inning. Wait a second, because we actually pinch hit for Zachary, so we needed a new pitcher. And we needed a new Mets pitcher, and that was going to be Neil Allen, so we got to replay that inning. Yep. So I'm undoing, 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 undoing. And we're just, there you go, Doug Flynn, redo. Okay, it's Lou Brock versus Neil Allen. Neil Allen's going to bat in the 9th spot. There we go. All right. So we're going to go backwards a little bit here. That Zachary was out. You should have known that. Should have put his card away. And we're replaying. We're rewinding life. Love that. Okay. So it's Lou Brock. It's Neil Allen. And that's a 7 tough 60. Tough 60 is an out. Fly to left, 1 away. Keith Hernandez now. That's patient 46. Patient 46 is going to be a base on balls. So Keith with a walk. He's on first. 1 out. Bottom of the 8th. It's a 7-1 Mets lead. 5 in play 58. In play 58. That's going to be an out range. That's going to be a grounded to second base with a 5. That may be a double play. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. Mets are out of the inning. Nice double play turned by Hebner, Flynn, and then to Montanez. And that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. I'm sorry, the top of the 9th. That was the bottom of the 8th. And it's on the mound, it's George Frazier against, well, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Actually, you know what? We're going to let Neil Allen bat. And Neil Allen is a pitcher hitting card 1. Pitcher hitting card 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 5 ballpark, 57. So he's a righty batter. So 57 is going to be in play. In play 61, that's going to be out. Easy out. 61 is a grounded to second base. 4-3, 1 away. Next is Youngblood, who's 3 for 4. Grounded out and singled 3 times. And that's for tough 76. Tough 76. It's a fly to center. Tony Scott, 2 down. And Frankie Taveras, who's 1 for 4. Grounded out, flied out, grounded out twice, and singled. 6, that's in play, 82. So grounded short. Templeton fires to first and gets Taveras to retire the side. All right, it's Neil Allen facing George Hendrick. Here's the pitch. It's the bottom of the 9th, 7-1 Mets. And that's a 7 tough 98. A tough 98. It's going to be a fly to left field. 1 down. Tony Scott. That's an in-play 90. That's it. Grounded to short. 6-3. 2 away. And Kenny Reitz. 9 in play 67. That's going to be an out. Game is over. Flynn flips to Montanez, and the Mets win by a score of 7-1. The win is going to go to Zachary, and the loss is going to go to Vukovic. Line score was Mets 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 4 left on base. Cards 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. The Cards held the lead until the top of the 8th inning when the Mets scored 7 runs off of 3 different Cardinal pitchers. And this was game 43. It is now in the books, and it is history. So we bid you farewell from an early morning game. It's almost time to take a shower and head off to work. So I'll set up game number 2 for this afternoon. And thanks for stopping by and checking us out. And I'll see all you guys and talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Mets win, score,